Today is the grand opening of Star Tours.
The occasion was kicked off by an exciting grand opening ceremony.
For the most part, it was all exciting.
Wait, for the most part?
We affectionately refer to it as the Darth Vader Ballet.
The what now?
The Darth Vader Ballet. You had Disney-styled entertainment combined with the characters of Star Wars. You kind of have to see it to believe it.
Welcome back to Live Action Star Wars. My name is James.
I'm Ralph.
And today we are doing what we're calling the Darth Vader Ballet. But in actual fact, it's 3 videos from Star Tours and the Disneyland parks, live action attraction things. And the reason that we're doing this is because we have a special guest with us for a period of time today. And he selected this from our list. So everything that we're about to talk about is this man's fault.
So he selected this and then is like, oh, I need to bounce early. So
that's my fault.
Like, you guys talk about this.
That's completely on me. I messed up the time zone differences. Yeah, so me and Ed were actually here a little bit earlier. But yeah, without further ado, let's bring in Ed.
Boo hiss.
Boo.
Okay.
So,
firstly, you're welcome.
Let me tell you something real quick.
Go for it.
There's 2 things I can't abide in this world. It's these Disneyland ceremonial ribbon cutting things with the fake jazzier versions of songs with these like weird cult sounding singers. The second thing is dancing Star Wars characters.
Yeah.
But let me tell you one thing. When we started live action Star Wars, this is exactly the kind of shit I wanted to cover. So I'm pretty excited to talk about this.
Well,
hot garbage.
The reason that this hot garbage was on our list to begin with was when we did the Star Tours episode. They mentioned the Darth Vader Ballet, and then instantly both me and Ralph were like, "That's going on the list. We have to at some point cover that." So when I sent Ed the list, that was the first and only thing that he's like, "Wow, I want to do the Darth Vader Ballet."
I want to do Darth Vader Ballet. Exactly.
And let me just tell you, for those of you listening and watching, over at Live Action SW, that list has now been made public.
Yes.
So you can go and see what that gigantic list is.
It's ever growing.
See anything. He could have picked anything. And this is what he chose. But what's great about that list is if there's a Star Wars thing where you're like, oh, I like when the Ewoks were on the Today Show or whatever.
Yeah.
I wonder if they covered it. There'll be a link if we did cover that episode. So,
and if you have a real affinity for anything on that list and you want to be on the show, feel free to send us a message. We love having guests on. This is our second time doing it, and we want to do more. We want more guests. So if there's something on that list that you see and you want to talk to us about that, if you want to subject us to it, like Ed has done, then let us know. Shoot us a message over on Twitter or any of the other socials. Ed, I messed up the time zones, so we don't have you for as long as we would have liked.
No, that's fine.
So let's not go through these chronologically necessarily. I think I know you well enough to know which of these you loved the most.
Do you want to specify exactly which 3 videos we're like, which ceremonies?
That's a good shout. That's a good shout.
Name them. I'll stick them right here so people can see the album artwork and know which ones to watch. Or go to liveactionstarwars.com, scroll down to upcoming episodes, and these 3 videos will be in there.
Yeah. So how I found this was searching for the Darth Vader Ballet on YouTube, as we do. Like that's what was mentioned. So I figured there'd be something titled that, and it would be easy to find. The closest thing that I can get, there is no Darth Vader Ballet. That is just the nickname that they gave to this performance.
Yeah.
And it's the Star Tours ribbon cutting from 1987. That's what that is. That's what you can click on now.
But then also...
But because that was only 15 minutes long, I was like, that's not enough for us to cover on an entire episode. I thought, well, let's go for one of the related videos that was on that when I found that. And that was Star Tours reopening in 2011. related, makes sense. One of the related videos to that was something that I knew would be so up Ed's street that I was like,
Perfect.
well,
It's perfect.
this is exactly the sort of shit that he loves. Let's talk about the Star Wars dance-off with Star Wars Stars 2013 finale featuring Gangnam Style.
Thank you for making it just the finale. I'm glad it's just the finale.
There's no way that I was sitting through more than 5 minutes of this.
That's mental. Because I went and watched the entire performance, and it's spectacular.
Of course you did.
No.
So you guys missed out on Greedo and Palpatine being the Beastie Boys.
I mean, that sounds incredible. I'm not
Which
gonna lie.
is how it opens.
How long is the full?
It's like 20
how long
minutes.
is that one?
It's not
Okay.
crazy long.
So what song?
It's
What
kinda
Beastie Boys
crazy.
song did they do?
Fight for your right to party, obviously.
Okay.
What is?
Yeah.
Man, I have the remove button just hovering.
just itching
hovering
trigger
over.
finger.
Let's talk about that piece of shit first, shall we?
That's the
We
first one I
try-
watched.
We
I
try and
watched him
stay
in-
positive on live action.
I watched him in
It's
the
gonna
order
be
I would
harsh.
hate him.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
think that's
we can find positive things in it.
Of course we
um,
can.
We
The
get a nice
costumes.
father-daughter moment.
Sure.
Is that what you want to call it? Because that kind of stressed me out a little bit.
There was a lot. And all three, two out of the three of these videos had. I mean, Vader is the through factor here. That's why I was like, okay, we can call this video the Darth Vader Ballet because he's in all of them. He's the only character who's in all of them, and like in the third one, yeah, he comes in at the end and he's dancing, and it's him and Padme dancing. It's a nice it's Marvel's What If in the Star Wars universe.
It's nuts. It's okay. I'm like, okay, it's just a father-daughter dance. And she starts pressing his buttons. I'm like, oh, that's fun.
It's
But then
not.
she's
It's a husband and wife dance.
She starts sliding down. Oh yeah, that's right.
It's
She's not a daughter.
No,
Oh, God.
this
Sorry.
is
This whole
like
thing
the
fucked me
wedding first dance that we didn't get to see.
Oh my God,
Also-
I'm an idiot. For some reason, why in the world?
The
This thing's got me
problematic
fucked
one.
up,
I mean,
dude.
that one.
I'm
That
so
one's
frazzled.
kind of okay.
I was
Okay,
gonna
that
say,
one makes sense.
when you said father-daughter, in my head I was thinking mother-son. And
What from Arrested Development?
No, the relationship which weirded me out in the dance was fucking Aura Singh and Boba getting all flirty.
Well,
It's like-
okay, so we get Aura Singh and Zam Wessel. They come in.
I mean, shout
Female-
out Zam.
fe-
Everyone needs more Zam.
Favorite. I mean, you two are the biggest Attack of the Clones fans that I know. So Zam Wessel, cool, great. Two female
What
bounty
if I
hunters.
chose Attack of the Clones for our next episode and brought
I
Ed
mean,
on?
we're in Boba Fett season, so
Do it
we can
again.
do it. Yeah,
Cover it
just
again.
bring it back around. Yeah, they come out. They're doing what song are they doing? Ed, you're gonna know.
Oh, piss! I can't remember.
Okay.
My notes are shit.
They dance to something, and then out comes Boba Fett. Again, makes sense. He kind of has a relationship with both these characters. I think in some EU that he's like worked with Aura Singh, and he definitely knew Zam Wessel because his dad worked with her.
Yeah, and then his dad killed her.
Both these characters are dead. So my question to you guys is:
Boba Fett's dead?
No. Both the female
Zam
bounty
and
hunters.
Aura.
Oh yeah.
Zam and Aura Singh are both dead. We hear about one off screen and we see one on screen. Is this going to be a flashback in Book of Boba Fett? Are we going to get this scene like reinterpreted in that as a flashback?
I mean, it better be.
Do it,
It will
you cowards.
reinforce the validity of this entire dance sequence because canonically this is a mess. Can we just address the fact that this dance is
All of
canonically
it,
a mess?
the whole lot.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. I'm thinking of something real quick about music and where we left off in Return of the Jedi and Book of Boba Fett. Did the Max Rebo band go down in the sail barge?
We don't. I mean, presumably everyone seemed to explode on that, but I could have
Can
sworn
we-
that Bib Fortuna was on that sail barge, but maybe not because he survived.
So I'm wondering, guys. Robert Rodriguez is a huge
Musician,
musician.
Yeah.
Like we can get a Lopty Neck redemption in Book of Boba Fett.
please.
Mate. Musical
Please.
episode.
I want
Calling it now.
Just do it.
Episode 7 of Book of Boba Fett is actually just all musical.
Yeah.
You heard it here first.
Hopefully a second time.
And then, yeah, so at the end of the Boba Fett number, out comes Slave Leia, Princess Leia in her slave costume. Yeah. She doesn't seem at all like subjugated. She's loving it. She drops on him. Like she's into it. I don't think that Leia is gonna be like doing those sorts of dance moves with her captor, or the person at least who captured the love of her life.
Yeah.
Probably
maybe it's a negotiation tactic.
Yeah. So Ralph, you worked at Disneyland. What sort of time of night do these things happen normally? Like this
no idea. This looks like a Florida thing.
Yeah. It definitely looks like a Florida thing.
This is Florida. This is
so
the black sheep of the family.
Yeah.
The family being America.
Yeah.
There's a lot of them. It's not just Florida, but Florida's, I mean, I haven't seen this at Disneyland. I have seen ribbon cutting ceremonies. I have cleaned up after them, and just the watching of those is bad. But yeah, I don't know when they would do this. I'm assuming, I believe they have like a Star Wars week or Star Wars weekends.
They always used to anyway. Like, yeah.
So I'm assuming
or whatever it was.
Last year they were supposed to have Celebration here in Anaheim, and they did a Star Wars night, or were supposed to do a Star Wars night the night before Celebration happened. So I'm assuming it's something like that.
Yeah, they've been doing it for years, I think. I don't know if they still do them now that Batuu and Galaxy's Edge and everything exists. I feel like they might be sort of just keeping the Star Wars stuff over there. But I mean, Tomorrowland's still got like Star Tours and everything. So
yeah, over here we only have Star Tours.
Yeah,
like we don't have the AT-AT. We don't have anything like that. Isn't there like a Scout Walkers? I don't know.
I think so. I mean, they've got basically a whole like Endor thing.
Yeah,
they used to. But in 1990, when I was last there,
I mean, Galaxy's Edge is like famous for it being realistic and immersive. Right?
Yeah.
Imagine this just in the middle of that.
Yeah, this dance number breaks out.
Yeah.
I just don't like dancing Star Wars characters.
But you love the holiday special.
Yeah, but you don't see Wookiees dancing and Stormtroopers dancing.
You don't. And speaking of Wookiees dancing,
all of the performers are essentially like actual performers within the universe, except for B. Arthur, who sings, but it's still not. I don't feel like it. I feel like she's just a fun bartender that would do that at the end of every night. Like, this is my version of Last Call. That's fine. I feel like if I were a bartender in the real world, I would sing that song at the end of the night and people would love it. But dancing Darth Vader, the dancing Stormtroopers, I'm sorry if I'm offending anybody, can't stand it.
I love the idea that someone would be offended by that. like I'm deeply personally offended.
I mean, it's very popular. It's really, really popular.
I mean, you heard the crowd. They loved it. They were eating it up.
It's just not my thing.
For Jawas doing Macklemore.
Yeah. The song choices sometimes were actually kind of like, I was like, I mean, Jawas and Tuscans doing Thrift Shop. I'm like, yeah, that's pretty clever.
I mean, it's great. The full version, they say that the theme of the music for the evening is 30 years of music. And
it's not. It's the awful music that was out in 2013.
There's 2 Bruno Mars songs in that medley.
Yeah.
That's not diverse in any way.
I mean, that just covers the entire Jackson family as well, though, doesn't it? Pretty much, yeah. I was a big fan. The 2 hosts, though, their microphones were Anakin and Obi-Wan's lightsaber hilts. Okay, so they were in the background of the video that we watched. They didn't, thankfully, do anything else.
No.
It just made me realize, like, I was DJing, and in 2013 I did a lot of like summer school student gigs for foreign exchange students, and so basically anything that was popular was the stuff that I was having to play at those gigs. And so I was playing all of this crap and I hated it. And it's what made me want to stop doing that. And it just made me realize that thankfully I've not heard the Harlem Shake since then. I forgot that it existed.
I forgot the Harlem Shake was a thing
but it was a huge thing. And they do the Harlem Shake in this. They're singing all sorts. It's like, no.
What a time. What a time to be alive.
But yeah, we get a Chewbacca dancing and like doing some sexy dancing. It's like, yeah, everyone wants a sexy Wookiee.
I can't.
Correct. Yeah.
That's bad.
Well, you know, Itchy does.
Well, yeah, obviously.
Well, I mean, this is the Darth Vader Ballet episode in inverted commas, right? And the video that they were referring to as the Darth Vader Ballet is the one which contains the least dancing out of all three that we watched.
There is a vaguely ballet sort of number right in the middle of it.
They do a few spins.
Yeah, they do a few spins and lifts. So
yeah.
let's
actually, yeah, there is that lift. I forgot about the lift.
Let's jump back to it. Let's go to the Star Tours ribbon cutting from 1987.
This is my favorite. This is my favorite of the
Of course
three.
it was. Of course it was.
Yeah.
This was from 1987, January of 1987. I believe January 8th, because it's almost exactly 3 months before I was born. I'm in April of 87. So it's older than me. It's well older than Ed. And
this is about a month before my 10th birthday.
There you go. So yeah.
So this is like, there hasn't been Star Wars. Well, I mean, there's the Ewok Adventures, but this is like, oh my God, there's new Star Wars.
Yeah. I remember you saying on the Star Tours episode that you went on it relatively soon after it launched. But I can't remember exactly how long it was.
I don't know.
Oh man,
it was within that first sort of few months, though, wasn't it? I believe. Yeah. So we start off, and it just sort of starts with a bit of an action scene, really, and then we go into that
with bad sound effects.
Terrible sound
effects.
Vader's breathing.
Vader sounded out of breath. He was out of breath. I've got that note. Like, he sounds exhausted, and it's a sound effect. It's not like coming from the suit or anything. It's a pumped in sound effect, and it's like so fast. It's so sped up. It's like, okay, it's been 5 years since a Star Wars movie came out. Has everyone forgotten that Vader's breathing isn't that fast?
Right.
Well, a lot of this stuff felt very like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like it all been ordered off Wish. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's like,
there you go. Yeah, it's the Wish.com version.
I don't know if all of those races were like actual species or not, but some like there was one that looked like Predator just randomly in there. And
I think they were all from Jabba's palace and like the sail barge and everything.
They had, but the thing is, I think they were like the Ben Cooper masks. Like the Mon Calamari looked screen accurate. Like they look good. But the Quarren, you could see the eye slits where the person could look out of.
It could just be that these were like the stuff from the Lucasfilm archives, but they'd been sat in a warehouse for 5 years, deteriorating.
The Quarren and the Bith, or not Bith, Bith.
Yeah, the Bith.
The Cantina guys were definitely just like Halloween masks.
Yeah,
100%.
Yeah.
But
the Mon Cal stole the show. They were the only people who could dance.
Yeah.
But
when they came out and were playing the Cantina Band 1 song, my favorite bit was all the Rebel pilots.
Yeah. Just coming out,
just coming out to have a drink.
Just drinking.
It felt like a bar scene.
It really did.
It was the most. It felt the most real Star Wars like Rebel pilot thing.
Yep. Like, this is after a mission. They're back in the cantina on whatever planet they're based on or something. And
it rivals the briefing scene.
Yeah,
the briefing scene in Star Wars, because it's like and Jedi, because you only ever see Rebel pilots running in the background or getting in their ships. Like, to see them all sitting around hanging out having drinks, I'm like, I hope this is what Rogue Squadron is.
Absolutely. I mean, that's
need it.
Like, you could picture sort of Wedge and Hobby and Tycho and all those guys sort of in that sort of scene, just catching up. And also their glasses, all the different ornate glasses. Love them.
What's it called? Conical flasks and stuff, like weird shaped. It all looked like chemistry stuff. It was awesome.
It all looked like something that they're gonna, like, behind the scenes turn into a bong. But I love them. I think they're really cool glasses. I'd love for them to put those on sale.
Yeah.
And my favorite part is all three of these. Should we talk about the second one real quick?
Let's talk about the second one as well, so that we got everything covered.
The context of everything,
Yeah.
What's this one called?
This is the Star Tours reopening It didn't really have much more of a title than that. 2011.
Well, it had the reopening with
It was Darth Vader and Tom Staggs.
Tom
Staggs is what I've got.
I don't know who that
down.
is. But this is for when they did the redo, the adventure or the
Journey continues. Journey continues.
Something like that.
Adventure continues.
Not a lot of dancing.
No, none. Oh, I mean, no dancing, but there was a brief action scene.
Mm-hmm.
Right, which is fine because it's Star Wars.
Yep. It felt like an airplane terminal. It was played up as if you were at the terminal.
Well, what's cool is that the hostess of the event was dressed up like the original flight attendant from 87 Star Tours.
Yeah.
With the side buns and the maroon jacket. So I'm like, oh, this is really cool. And that's the last you'll see her.
The other. Yeah.
Because she's not in
the new
ones. She's replaced by a robot, a droid, a CGI droid played by Allison Janney.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, she's great. So this wasn't my least favorite. That Gangnam Style is pretty bad.
Yeah,
this was fine as far as the ceremony goes. I like it didn't have like a song and dance.
It was short and sweet.
It had fighting. It had a Jedi and a stormtrooper trying to board a starship, but there's only one ticket left.
Yeah, that felt like an SNL sketch,
which is fine.
Yeah,
I prefer it over the crappy singing.
Yeah,
the action was fun. The costumes were good. I think across the board, the costumes are good in all three videos, except for the cantina guys and masks.
I think the costumes were fine. I don't think the people portraying Luke and Han were very good in the original one.
Right. Well, they were dancing too much.
Yeah, they did what they could. There's only so much you can do with that 80s hair.
Yeah. But yeah, it was funny because they have this Jedi and the Jedi has the cloak over their face. And I'm like, that Jedi's wearing slacks.
It's exactly what I said. I was like, a Jedi in slacks? What's going on here?
Loafers, the classic Jedi combo.
So the whole thing is it's like this big reveal that it's this guy that we're supposed to know, Todd, what's his nuts. And
I believe he was the head of like parks and stuff at the time.
They introduced him as chairman of parks and resorts.
So this dude who, I don't know. So the big reveal, instead of just taking off the hood, this Jedi walks behind the set, and the dude who we're all supposed to know is carrying a bin of Jedi clothes. And I'm they
walk behind the set, they do the Top Gun high five, the stuntman and Tom, and then he strolls out the other side and he's like, yeah, that was all me the whole time.
I mean, I like that he tried. No, exactly why. They tried it.
It's an ego. It's an ego thing.
But then he also
I want to be a Jedi, get someone else to do my stunts.
He also acknowledged it. He's like, I think they bought it. He's like, he knows that no one really buys that shit. I mean, yes, it is a complete ego stroke. It's like, here you go. I'd like people to think that I'm doing all these moves and that I've learned all this choreography for this moment. I haven't. I've just got a stuntman who has a similar build to me, wear the same stuff, because they're gonna notice the slacks. They're gonna notice the fact that I'm dressed as an executive. I mean,
it's a good bit. It's a good bit, but it's like it's definitely better than dancing.
Yeah,
I would love to have been in the boardroom when they came up with that idea. They're like, we need some sort of opening gimmick, and it's like, well,
how are we going to bring Tom onto stage?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, injecting humor into it's great because the other ones are, I think they're trying to be really the dancing ones for entertainment purpose.
Yeah,
but the ribbon cutting of the original Star Tours,
trying too hard.
Yeah. Let's get back to that. Can we talk about George?
Oh, George!
I love George.
How old is he at this point? How old is he in 87?
45.
Because he looks real good.
This is.
It was the 90s. It was the 90s that really wiped George out. They were hard on George.
It's the post Star Wars. I finished it. I've got all the money. I don't have to worry about making my movies anymore.
He's
This
got the
is like
ranch at this
George.
point. Like he's good.
Dude, he looks like he can't wait for this thing to be over. He clearly doesn't like to be in the public eye.
He's so awkward and quiet.
Yeah, and then you got
also,
Michael
I
Eisner.
think he's enjoying it because he does have a big smile when like Mickey and Minnie come out.
When he comes out, the first person he gravitates towards is 3PO.
Yeah.
And he just has the biggest smile for 3PO, pats 3PO on the back, and it's like, oh my God, please. You're the only one here at this party that I know.
You're my only friend. Yeah.
And then Eisner comes out and calls him like P3CO or whatever it is.
Oh, I missed that.
Like,
I mean,
Eisner gives up his name, and then there's the shot where Eisner's like, it's like, don't think anyone noticed. Got away with that one.
The thing is, like, what was it? There was a celebration. I think it was when they started uncovering all the emojis, and Anthony Daniels called him PC3P. What did he? It was wrong. It's hard to figure out the wrong way to say it, but he definitely didn't say C3PO. And CP3O, I think he said. But then the emoji said it wrong too. I gotta find it. I'm gonna try to put it here.
There you go.
I really need to put it here.
That's good stuff.
Do we think that was Golden Tony? Do we think that was Golden?
So.
I think so. I mean, the voice was definitely Golden Tony, and that would make sense why George was gravitating towards him.
Oh, you think in the suit?
I mean, maybe.
It's definitely his voice.
It's definitely his voice, but I don't think at that point they're pre-recording stuff with him.
It might have been Vader's voice.
Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know either.
It wouldn't surprise me either way if they got Anthony Daniels in.
I mean, it was definitely Anthony Daniels in the Gangnam Style video.
Oh, doing the dance at the end.
The dance at the
Obviously,
end,
yeah. I mean, the guy who complained about not being able to walk was doing those moves.
I mean, did he do it in Muppet Show?
I mean, we think that was him, don't we? He's credited for the Muppet Show episode.
Yeah.
So I think it's him. Yeah. Mickey and Minnie. Let's just talk briefly about Mickey and Minnie. How bad are those like Tomorrowland suits from '87 that they're in?
Is that
awful.
What it was? I was trying to work out what the suit was a reference to, but that sounds about right. It was.
I mean, with the shoulder pads and the rainbow and everything,
yeah.
I want that. I want that as a shirt.
Well, that outfit.
I just want the whole outfit.
Yeah. if there's a shirt, if they don't have a shirt out there, I'm gonna look for it. And by the time this episode airs, if that shirt isn't available online, then I will put it in our merch store. I will make that shirt happen.
Yes.
For as long as
the rainbow with the buttons.
It'll almost certainly be a limited edition, so make sure you get it before it's taken down.
No, it won't get taken down. We go through Threadless, and listen, it's Disney
the
doesn't
Wild
own
West.
A rainbow with 2 buttons on it. It's
They'll
literally
try.
just going to be a gray shirt with that. So, right there is your shirt. If it's not available, I might just do it anyway.
Just do it anyway.
Do it.
And if you can, add in some shoulder pads just to really set it off.
I don't think I can, unless I just put the actual.
Just put them on yourself.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Just get some
the shirt can be a shirt.
Cut it out.
I'm not gonna buy it a shirt. I just want to make it.
I would be seen dead in it, but I want other people to see it.
I quite liked how short Mickey and Minnie were compared to everyone else. Like when they first came out, I was like, "Oh, they're huge."
They're pretty short, yeah. No, they're pretty short.
They're coming down the stairs and they're like, "What? They're gonna fall?" Nope. And then they get to the bottom and
you think they're like, "Oh, who's good? We like art like." R2 didn't bring the scissors or something, so who's gonna cut the thing, or how are we gonna get? And so I'm waiting for Mark Hamill
or
Carrie Fisher or somebody. But Mickey and Minnie, I'm like, oh my god, freaking Disney. Okay,
yeah. This one out of all of them felt the most like they were trying to do a Disney thing. I feel like the dance number playing up Princess Leia as a Disney princess, it felt like this is our first licensed property that isn't a Disney owned thing that we've got in the park. So it's like, well, we've got to Disneyfy it. How do we do that? It's like, well, we can do some Star Wars-y action stuff, but then we've got to have a dance number like it's Cinderella's castle.
Yeah.
And And that's what the dance number in it felt like. At least they used John Williams music and they sort of timed it out well, but as much as they can. But then, yeah, having Mickey and Minnie is like, clearly by 2011 they'd realized they don't need to be there for everything, guys. Like Mickey and Minnie don't have to be at everything. So
what was great about that is that it said at one point, it said today is the beginning of a new tomorrow at Disneyland, which is true.
Yeah,
like Star Wars has become a huge part of Disneyland.
Even before the 2012 buyout. Like, I mean, the other one, that was a year before. That was still like a year before Disney owned Lucasfilm and Star Wars.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. It's weird to think that, like, I mean, it's been not even 10 years.
It has been 10 years as of this year. No, next year. It's 2011.
Yeah.
2021? I don't know. Who am I?
But it feels weird that there was ever a time that it wasn't like, you know, the dark times feel so long ago.
They definitely feel so long ago, but it still feels weird to me having it be a Disney property. Yeah, it does feel like it's been so long, but I think that's an age thing, and having Star Wars be a part of my life from birth.
Yeah.
Anything else that we want to jump on just quickly? Anything?
I mean,
I don't know.
I liked
all right, I've got
times one. They used the lightsaber to cut the ribbon. I thought that was.
I mean, the first one, it was like they were using a welding torch.
It was a welding.
Yeah, they had like a gigantic wire hanging from it, and there's like machinery parts that they were holding onto or something.
It looked precarious. I mean, George looked like he's like, if this explodes and you take my hands, then. I mean, I want to know how many times they had to rehearse that, because that thing did not look safe. In that first one as well, they had some Apollo and Mercury astronauts and the crew of like Voyager, like shuttle astronauts. Like, and they shouted them out. They got them to stand up and everything. But it was like, were they there for legitimacy? Like, are they trying to make this like, look, space? You like space?
It seems like something, and I don't know this because I'm not the biggest Disney expert, but I feel like this may have been something set up. Like its precedent was set, where anytime you open something new in Tomorrowland, you would bring out. I don't know why I would think
whoever you could get, basically. That would make sense. That would make sense.
Like bring out astronauts for.
That's cool. I mean, it's nice to shout them out. And it was like, oh, these are names that I recognize.
Yeah,
so it was like
Mercury 7 guys, right?
Yeah, and they were definitely getting up there, but like. It was cool to see them, I guess, but it just felt weird.
And you know that Michael Eisner and George Lucas took them on the ride.
Oh, definitely.
That's the stuff I want to see, is George Lucas on Star Tours for the first time.
Enjoying it, yeah.
Yes.
It's so good.
Well, because I mean, we learned like just from doing our episode, we sort of saw so much of the behind the scenes of the creation of it, and we saw just how involved Lucasfilm were throughout the entire process. It wasn't just a Disney Imagineer thing. It was,
and then did nothing for this ribbon cutting ceremony.
Yeah, they just weren't even acknowledged.
Costumes,
yeah,
just
like, no, we made the thing. Like, it's there. Go.
Yeah, that's Disneyland Entertainment right there. Did all that.
Yeah, for sure.
100%.
You want to hear the real sound effects go on the actual ride?
Yeah. We can't afford them for the park. The Jedi in the second one, in the 2011 video, the when a bunch of Jedi come out and they're fighting stormtroopers, the moves that they're doing and the just everything and the strong poses at the end of each move, it felt like the arena in Attack of the Clones.
Yep, the background actors.
Exactly, the guys who were just doing random moves to green screen.
Star Wars screen accurate fights.
There you go. There you go.
I want to know where this Jedi found, proper Vader era, all the stormtroopers running around. Where's he found 15 Jedi just chilling that will help him get a seat on a fucking plane? I mean,
what you don't know is that what's his name? Tom Staggs is actually Ezra.
God.
And
does the timeline line up?
Mate, who knows?
It's the second Star Tour, so it doesn't matter. Time.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You could do the Battle of Hoth and then after do the Battle of Naboo. It's how it works.
That's great. Speaking of Filoni characters that we know that Ralph loves so much, Ahsoka got an entire dance number in 2013, which I was like, that's cool. Like, they're not just using your main like movie characters. You're now using characters that have become main characters. But in 2013, it felt like, I think Clone Wars was over at that point. Rebels was on.
Is Sakura? No, Aura Singh.
Aura Singh was there. Aura Singh and Zam, yeah.
So if you're gonna have Aura Singh,
you could definitely have Ahsoka. But it's like she got a solo, basically. She got a
right.
It's just her doing a dance number. I was like, that's cool.
That was a great. The costume was great.
Yeah. She looked really good.
That was really good.
I feel like all the costumes in that dance were like annoyingly good.
They were. Yeah. They were. The Bith in that one compared to the Bith in 87.
Yeah.
It's striking.
Leaps and bounds.
Yeah. And they looked good. They were more talented than will.i.am. They were dancing to some Black Eyed Peas, and I would watch Bith sing those songs more than I'd watch will.i.am do them any day of the week.
I also never considered that Darth Maul pretty much embodies the concept of the song "Too Legit to Quit," but it is like, it's so fitting.
Yeah, he is too legit to quit. He'll come back with spider legs.
Exactly.
I think he's the most. I think of all the Star Wars characters, he's probably the most
likely to dance.
100%.
I mean, Duel of the Fates is a dance. Like it's so many people rave about Duel of Fates. It's great, but it's such a choreographed dance as opposed to a fight.
I know, but it's. I mean, listen, in the grand scheme of the movie, like, that's what got me to go back to the theater 9 times. I just love it so much. And it is very dancey.
It's very, very dancey. Like, you could choreograph the entire fight.
Oh my god, but like the head fake, the Qui-Gon head fake, and then Obi-Wan comes in. It's the best.
It's brilliant.
It's the best.
It's brilliant. We'll do it. We'll do episode 1 sometime soon, hopefully.
Yeah. Who's got that one? You got that one?
I think you've got that one.
Uh-oh.
Oh, here we go.
You gotta do a sequel movie first, guys.
We haven't done a sequel movie yet, have we?
No.
Wow.
The only movies we've done is Solo,
and Attack of the Clones,
and Empire Strikes Back.
And Empire Strikes Back, yeah.
What's it? Yeah.
But
everyone's favorite too, and then that's Empire Strikes Back.
Well, you could just do the second of all of them and do Last Jedi, because everyone loves Last Jedi as well.
I mean, all the non-controversial movies.
Yeah.
I have nothing for that. I'm getting closer. I'm getting closer to being
able to do it.
Yeah.
Okay. That's why I'm holding off on picking it. We'll get there though.
Oh yeah, it's your pick, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
holding it. I'm saving it. I'm saving it.
If we had sequel characters coming into these dance-offs, what songs do you reckon they would get?
Call me maybe. Was that?
Yeah.
It's not a bad shout.
Is that for Rey and Kylo?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Well, now we're gonna have to do it.
It works. What about a Finn and Poe love song?
Yeah.
It would need to be something. Lil Nas X.
Oh God.
I don't know the Lil Nas X song, but I know that I feel like that would fit.
Oh, the video?
Yeah, I know the video. I feel like that would fit with
Call Me by Your Name is.
You can't do what's the shoot? Devarian? What is the devil? The devil guys? Deveronian?
Oh, Deveronians. Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be interesting.
Just that guy in there. Mm-hmm. Some Finn and Poe lap dances.
Yes.
I don't know. I'm sure. I'm sure there's more of these dance videos since 2013.
They happen all the time. I'm sure. I think
the fact
they
that you
are
picked this
happening all the
one,
time.
it's a pretty solid choice.
That's what I figured. I was like, it's gonna be the funniest of the bunch.
It kind of like epitomizes that as a genre, right? Of just taking Star Wars and making them dance to contemporary music, which is a weird thing that seems.
I think the thing with that video as well is it's contemporary music that, thankfully, has not resonated and continued on. Like almost all of those songs are like they are gone.
It's like immediately dated.
Exactly. Like.
Right.
Like with maybe the exception of like Bruno Mars, like I feel like everything else in that video is just like nope, and we don't need to remember a time when people were listening to that.
It's like all these one-hit wonders. It's like kind of just yeah.
But that's what that sort of event I think is for. It's the flash in the pan. It's when I went to like Universal Studios in I think 2000 and every 30 seconds you'd hear Smash Mouth All Star. It's like, oh my god, again?
Yeah,
really? Yeah. Anything else? Because Ed, we don't want to keep you. You've got to get to work.
Okay.
We'll have you back on at some point.
I'll leave you with this last question. If you had to take any character from Star Wars and put them in like a modern day dance competition, like a TV show, like a So You Think You Can Dance or Dancing on Ice,
the Masked Singer type thing. Yeah.
Which Star Wars character do you think is the correct answer?
I already got mine.
Go for it.
Sebulba.
I want. I want the Wampa.
The Wampa? What can the Wampa do?
Exactly. I want to see it.
You can do the thing where you swing your arm like this.
That's it.
But then when he goes to do it, it falls off.
That's it. There we go. We've just done it. We've workshopped it.
But think of Sebulba. Think of Sebulba doing like cartwils and dancing around.
He's breakdancing. He's just breakdancing.
Yeah. Oh man,
that would be good. Yeah.
That'd be some hot.
There's probably an animated video online.
Almost certainly. I mean, there was a Just Dance Star Wars game, wasn't there? I'm sure there was.
Yeah, absolutely. With the Han Solo, Justin Derulo crossover.
Yeah,
Justin Derulo, Jason Derulo. I know music.
Same difference.
I know songs. I know all the songs. Right, yeah. With those questions, I'm gonna run away and I'm gonna let you guys just absolutely adore on these 3 videos some more because I know you both loved all of them.
Thank you for coming, Ed.
Thank you very much.
We will have you back on at some point to talk about other stuff.
Yeah, I'll make sure that I pick something equally as spectacular.
And again, it is spectacular to talk about. It's just not as fun to watch.
Definitely. As I was watching it was a slog to get through, but I knew that there was going to be a fun conversation afterwards.
Beautiful. It's art. Right. We've witnessed art, my friends.
Go make some.
Have a good day. Thanks for joining us.
See you later.
See you soon.
See ya.
All right. Now that he's gone, he's gonna.
Yeah, we'll never have him back on.
He's listening to us. He hasn't left yet. Look, I got that Mickey Mouse in the background.
There we go. Now we got some Mickey ears.
Look, you're like still sitting here listening to us. I thought you were gonna go.
I forget that I have to go, but it's just like I'm just having a great time listening to all my friends talk about Star Wars. All right, I'm actually going now. I'll see you guys later.
Bye.
Bye.
I want to see you get up and leave.
Your front door's right there. Just leave. Just go.
See you later, guys.
Just go.
All right. He's still sitting there. Okay, he's gone.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, so we plan to have Ed on for the full episode. I messed up the timings.
I mean, we're hitting 45-minute mark. This is
exactly we're nearly there. I knew that once we had him in, he was never going to leave.
I have no more notes.
I have no more notes. I don't want to talk about this anymore.
We don't have to. We could talk about what's coming up next.
Exactly. But yeah, just quickly before we get off the topic of Ed, we will have him back on. I was hoping that we'd be able to have enough time to talk about his involvement with some Star Wars movies, because this is the first time that I've seen him in the last 3 years that he's not been wearing his solo editorial crew hoodie that he loves to rub in my face. Right. We'll have him back on do a special.
He was on my show talking about James Bond. We mentioned that last time. He told me kind of some stuff about Solo. We need to find out exactly how much he could talk about Solo and not.
Yeah.
Because he was around for both versions.
Both versions. And he's worked on other Star Wars films and other cool stuff.
But we don't want him to lose his job.
Exactly. We want him to be able to keep feeding us things privately. No, definitely never does that. Yeah. So yeah, we'll have Ed on another time. But yeah, that was the one of the weirdest videos I think we've talked about, or series of videos.
It was nails on the chalkboard for me.
It was painful.
Pretty much the whole time.
Really
seeing George walk into this uncomfortableness made me so delighted. I just love George so much.
I feel your pain, George.
Like, he knows, he's like, this is part of the process. I have to do this. I know he's a fan of Disneyland and is excited about this, but it's just like, he doesn't want to be.
He would rather have been sat front row.
Yes.
He would have loved being sat front row and watching it.
I think the only joy he gets out of it would probably be the actual ribbon cutting. Yeah. Like if they brought him out for that. Like if they would have said, who would do this? Who, we don't have the scissors. We need someone to save us. And if he came out with the lightsaber,
And they could have had a thank the maker moment, and George comes out, cuts the ribbon. Perfect. We've just retconned a 34-year-old live event.
Yeah. You want to talk about next episode? Oh my God, we're getting so close to Boba Fett.
I was gonna say, this is your choice. We are down to the wire. We've only got a couple more picks before
Is this my last pick?
It might be. I was trying to figure it out earlier on.
This is my last.
This is your last one. So yeah, no pressure.
And this is
I've got one more
in 1 week.
So is this?
Yeah, you have in 2 weeks. We'll do this pick. Then after that, it's your final pick, and then we're right into Book of Boba Fett.
So there's one more after your pick.
We each have one more pick. I was thinking about this, and I kind of liked that this episode. Our sort of prep was really easy. It was like a 15-minute video and like 2 5-minute videos. Yeah, really nice and quick and short. So I kind of wanted to stick along the same vein, but get back to 1977.
Awesome.
So we're going to do the Tashi Station deleted scene from Star Wars 1977. So the whole thing,
just the Tashi Station
Cammy
stuff,
and Fixer, and Biggs.
And Biggs.
No other deleted scenes from Star Wars, just this. It's a scene I love. It's a scene I can't wait to talk about.
It's really good.
And I think it'll be a fun conversation.
Of course you haven't. I was going to say, have you read the novelization of The Last Jedi?
Oh, totally. No way. Well, but that's the thing is we can save it for the episode.
Yeah, let's save it.
It's a short video. We're going to need the content, but
maybe
short answer, no. If there's long answer, really no.
if it's available, I don't know, on like Amazon or something where it shows you the first chapters or something, maybe read the first chapter of that book.
I've heard about it.
I think I might reread it just because it relates.
Okay. Just do a screenshot or something and just
we'll do it.
I'm not gonna download a whole.
It might be available.
I need to get into audiobooks. I should get into audiobooks, but it has to be something that.
I mean, really, right now, if we were smart, we'd be now plugging audible.com with our promo code. But
yeah, we're not in that status yet. We need people to follow. So send this video to friends. Go to liveactionstarwars.com. That's our YouTube page. Send it out to your friends.
And then we can give you free audiobooks.
1,000. If you just give us, we need 1,000 followers.
Yep.
We're still quite a bit of ways off, but 1,000, that's all we need. And then we're going to start getting those Audible mentions. I don't know why we're talking about them now. Screw those guys.
For now.
That's
great. I look forward to it. I can't wait. I love that. I love that deleted scene.
Yeah. Anything else? We're really getting close. We're in the holiday season.
We are in the holiday season.
By
the time you're seeing
Book of Boba Fett.
By the time you're seeing this, the holiday special is
happened.
Up. It's up.
Yeah,
it'll
check
be
that out
on the YouTube page. Hope you enjoyed all that. Thanks to Jay for being on that. I hope I enjoy it. I hope we can schedule that in before November 17th. Yeah. But yeah, we are so close. By now, we've probably seen a trailer. We currently haven't seen a trailer.
And I will be so bold to say we probably talked about that trailer
almost
on
certainly.
YouTube as a bonus episode.
As a special.
So if you're listening to this podcast in audio form, still head over to liveactionstarwars.com. Watch the YouTube stuff. You're going to get more content. You'll see a section that says regular video or regular episodes. That's what you're hearing on the audio feed. Right under that, you'll see bonus and mini episodes, and that's all stuff you're not getting in the audio feed.
There'll hopefully be a video from Theed from Naboo, because by the time this episode comes out, I'll be back from visiting Seville, and I'm going to try and shoot something. It probably won't be more than 5 minutes, but it'll just be me walking around some of the stuff from Attack of the Clones. Yeah.
Oh my gosh! And then again, last week I was at Disneyland. Maybe I'll have some footage to share from Batu.
So basically, if you're not following the YouTube page, you're missing so much live action Star Wars content.
Yeah.
There's more over there than there is regular episodes at this point. In the last sort of month or so, anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, go follow us on the social networks and all of those places. Maybe not as many of them. Just Twitter's the big one that you can follow us on. It's Live Action SW.
Yeah. And then until next time, may the Force be with you.
Punch it.
You have a magical dance, Gangnam style.
Gangnam style. No.